the module, but it's sometimes nicer, and I think sometimes we get a little more out of seeing it in person versus seeing it online. The lab is open all day. I'll be doing the demo after probably about 4. We're going to do a little bit of like a hand building demo for the alternative gang, and then I'll release y'all to go work on your own work, and then I'll come out here and do the rest of it. We're going to go over a discussion prompt. You should have a new discussion topic in your discussion board. So we'll go over that today. I also want to encourage you, you should have gotten an email from me a while back about Studio Cleanup Day. So to supplement Project 5, we are going to split those points between Studio Cleanup and this new discussion post. That is going to ease part of the burden of your grade. So like the more points we distribute throughout, the easier it'll be to get a good grade on things just overall. So that is a mandatory. That's basically our final exam. We're not doing a final exam, but you got to come in sometime that week and do a chore and have me check it off. It's super easy. It's just cleaning. It's like not even a big deal. And it's sort of important because like art is about community, and this is our studio, so let's like take care of it a little bit. So if you haven't signed up, sign up, because it's like first come first serve thing, and you don't want to end up with like the worst chore on the list. So if you're not already on the list, hurry. So discussion post. This is going to be due. Your post will be due, or your response will be due on Friday. By Sunday, you should try to reply to at least 3 of your peers' discussions. And I want this to really be a dialogue, because for me, this is a very interesting question. So it's not exactly like, here's a ceramics thing, like here's this like big conceptual idea, let's talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen. We're going to watch a real quick video. If somebody in the Zoom will just like let me know whether or not they hear the sound. I just want to make sure y'all are getting the audio. Okay. Can you hear the commercial?
It's really weird because it's like an echo.
Okay, I think I know. It's sort of a funny thing. I'm gonna turn off my mic for a minute, and we'll watch the video, and then because like I'm right next to another speaker for the rest of the class, so that makes sense. Thank you for telling me that. So we're just gonna preface this video a little bit. So this discussion board is about the concept of artistic integrity and what that means for us as makers. And that could be a maker of anything at this point in time. You could be a painter, a graphic designer, you could do cross stitches, you could be like a fibers artist. End of the day, it doesn't matter what you're making. It's how you go about making it as your personal, your own art practice. So in the art world, we have these really big names. I'm going to throw out 2 you should know because they're like technically like rock stars. We have Jeff Koons and Takashi Murakami. These are like big name artists. If you don't know them, look them up. They are hard to miss. The kicker with them and with our artists we're about to talk about, Ray Dunn, is that they are production artists. I don't know if that's a technical term, but that's the word I'm going to use. So basically, they come up with the idea, and a whole bunch of other craftsmen make the work for them. So they have absolutely no hand in any of the construction or painting or digital design, and even in Ray Dunn's case, the creation of their own work. They are just the like label head. It's like sort of like think about like designer clothing, like Chanel or Gucci or anybody. They've got a team of designers that work under this label head. However, it's under just the label of a singular artist. And Ray Dunn is a potter, and this is why we're going to talk about her specifically. She is very popular, wildly popular. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and we're just going to watch it. It's maybe about, 10 minutes long. I might cut it off midway. So, yeah.
The 2 artists that we should know are
Jeff Koons and Takashi Murakami. These are big name pop artists. They are important players in the art game right now. So I'm gonna mute my mic and we're gonna just watch this video, okay?
I'm so not a wordy person, and I feel like my pottery really resembles me. You know, it's quiet. I don't like a lot of what I hear is going on out there. You know, there's a lot of fighting and hoarding and reselling. Really nothing that I can do about it. You know, people are free to do what they want with their belongings. I really have a hard time expressing myself, and that's why when I found clay, I found my voice, because I could just communicate through that. It's tactile and it's humanizing, you know, people can tell if someone made it. And it's imperfect, and we're all imperfect. My pottery is very much who I am. These plates were the very first thing that I made in pottery, and it's, you know, imprinted into the clay. And I signed my name Ear, which is Ray spelled backwards. Oh. Because of my shyness, I just, you know. You didn't want to put your name to it. I was too embarrassed to have my name on it, but. This writing actually came from these, which I've been doing for, you know, since the early 2000s. When I first started pottery, you know, my teacher was like, smooth those out. You want it to be perfect. And I was like, I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to look like somebody made it. The minute I touched clay, I fell in love. It organically took over my life. I started, you know, selling to one store and then 2 stores and then just, now here I am.
You hold what you can, and then someone gets the cart for you.
Don't like a lot of what I hear is going on out there. You know, there's a lot of fighting and hoarding and reselling, and I don't like that at all. But I mean, there's really nothing that I can do about it. You know, people are free to do what they want with their belongings.
The 3 women in front of me blocked off literally the entire area and handed it down on the ground. We had 2 carts like full of stuff.
If one of them was in a situation where they couldn't pay the rent or babies were sick or anything, I would sell it all off to take care of them. Honestly, it's what has kept me doing it. Sorry, I was being honest. I love you guys so much.
All right, so that's just a little background into Ray Dunn. So why is that controversial? She's just, you know, out here making money. She's doing what we all want to do, getting a big sell to like a big brand name, you know, and getting her artwork out there. Well, the kicker is she does not make any of that work right now. She doesn't touch a single bit of it. And the fact that like people go fully crazy over it. You know, she has like a contract with the home goods store and TJ Maxx, and they do like restock every Thursday, and every Thursday people line up like it's Black Friday to grab as much of that Ray Dunn pottery as they possibly can, and they treat it like it's like individually crafted art. But the issue is that she makes maybe, because like right now she's basically sold her likeness to these factories. The company is called Magenta, and so they've got a team of artists that are trained to copy Ray Dunn's style, and they'll make 1 or 2, and they will ship it off to like somewhere where labor is not ethical but realistically very cheap, and they'll make a mold. They'll make several molds of that one piece. And then they make thousands. So my question for you is, does that ring true as like an individual piece? Does that ring true towards your art practice? Like you're sitting here, you know, working on your computer and designing something unique, or you're painting and it's like time you're spending working and perfecting your trade, to have somebody like this who makes, in my opinion, okay, I'm a little biased. I do not like Ray Dunware. I think it's lazy. There's very little effort put into it. It's white pottery, and if it's Halloween, sometimes it's black pottery, and it's got writing on it. It says a word like salt or coffee. And while that's kind of cute and relatable, I don't consider it art. I don't consider it like enough to be on the same level as like fine art potters. But Ray Dunn presents herself as a fine art potter, and she's in that way creating a stance for other fine art potters to be compared against. And like people will go to these craft fairs or whatever, these galleries, and they'll pick up a work and be like, well, I bought this Ray Dunn piece for $5. Why are you charging $45 for this art? And that's the sort of thing, like they have no concept of like the actual, like y'all have tried to throw now. Exactly, Lisette, you've got it. Like you are here throwing, you are here crafting, you understand at this point in time how much labor pottery actually is, to then present it as fine art and then have the public completely view it as fine art can be really rough, especially on us as craftsmen. Like, yes, the goal is end of day, like make big bucks, right? We all want to be a little bit rich. Not like, maybe not super rich, but like comfortable. Wouldn't it be nice to just be, I can have health insurance and maybe we can go on vacation every year. I've got a house and I'm not in debt. Like, this is like the basis line for what maybe we as like adults want to achieve. But at the same time, she's blown up for doing for what I would consider relatively little. And the big question in your discussion post, and read the article about Jeff Koons, because he's an interesting character, and we can talk about him a little bit too. Jeff Koons is not an artist. I laugh about it. He's not an artist. He is a Wall Street investment banker who decided one day he's going to be an artist. But basically, he's never done any crafts prior to when he got started. But in the 80s, he was like, I'm going to go buy all this stuff made by other people, and then I'm going to paint it gold. And then it's my art. It's my art now. He got really big for that. Huge. And he's been continuing to do it throughout his whole art practice. And Takashi Murakami, I will say he's the one outlier. He started with his own art. And he still has a big hand in the crafting. However, he has these massive teams who execute his vision and then execute it like on a larger scale. He was recently in Fort Worth, maybe like a year or two ago, and he had this really big, beautiful exhibit. But I want you to read the article and look up these artists and do your own research, make your own opinions. And I really, like, if you watch the Ray Dunn video again, watch these little side videos of like Ray Dunn collectors and how they're quitting Ray Dunn because it's just like, it's too much. It's like Pokemon card collecting or, collecting specific antiques. Like, oh, it's so funny the way like certain things can just go off, like certain Pyrex or certain, like Tupperware is considered collectible, but there is no like really artistic value other than like it's nostalgia and sentimental. So these are big concepts, and I want you to think about how you feel about this. Don't take my opinion, take your own opinions. Read these articles, form your own like opinion of how this works and how you feel about it in relation to your artistic practice. Maybe you're totally cool with it, and that's fine. You can be that way. Maybe you really hate it. It doesn't matter because we're each individuals, and the way we perceive these things it's going to be different. And so formulate that like discussion, and it only has to be maybe 200 words. So just answer each question. And then, like I said, on Sunday, try to reply to at least 3 different people. Does anybody have any like insight right now they'd like to share with the class, like after sort of hearing about this or like thinking about the video? Anybody? Huh?
I saw a TikTok about the brand and how crazy those women are.
Oh, they're so bad. They're nuts. They will mob you. It's very much Black Friday. Like, and think about like every TJ Maxx. Exactly. Is art business, or is it like, you know, like conceptual and emotional. Like a lot of us are pulling our feelings out of our chest and like, here is my heart on the table. Can you love it, please? But like, she's just putting like pizza on a plate, or, you know, Jeff Koons is doing, you know, Balloon Dog, which is really kind of cool and interesting. It's that big, massive balloon dog statue. But he didn't design it and he didn't build it.